Hello all, welcome to Code with Kashi. So today we are going to see what input element is and how does it works in HTML, and we are also going to see some examples of different types of input elements. So let's get started. And as I told you in previous videos also that we will be continuing with our code in Visual Studio Code. So I hope that you have Visual Studio Code with you so that you can just get some boilerplates and automatic suggestions here. So here, as you can see that I have created a file named as html You can name it as you want, as you are comfortable with, and you can also code it in Notepad or some any other editor. So it's totally depends on you. So here what we can do is we can just write HTML, and as you see that we get HTML5 option here, and I'm just going to hit enter on this. And as you can see that I have got a boilerplate here already. And as I told you in previous videos that whatever things which will be visible on our browser, that should fall in the body section only. So let's talk about what input element is. So element is nothing but something which is used to take inputs from user. Okay, so when we are on a browser on any other website, okay, so there are some things, some input fields where we can just write there, and we can search our queries there. Okay, so those are nothing but input elements only, and we are going to see some types of input elements here which is written here. So let's see how it works and how it is going to be like. So first of all, I will be keeping everything inside a single div. So a div is nothing but a division or a particular section where we can write our code so that it should be neat and clean. So we can have multiple divs in body. Okay, so it is not going to affect anything. So I'm just writing here input. So as you can see that I have got some options right here, and there are multiple types of input we can see. Okay, so first of all I will be showing you how a input type of button works. Okay, so input colon then button, then I can just hit enter on this. Okay, so here it is asking about a value. So value attribute is here, and it is expecting some value. Okay, so what value we can give here? So it is something like what thing should be written on your button. Okay, so if I'm writing like click me, then just do a control S for saving this file, and right click on html input.html and open with live server. So here as you can see that we have a button and it's written click me on this. Okay, so this is how it works, and we are now going to see some other types of input here, and I'm just using a break. So for break we can use br, hit enter, just go down. Okay, so now I'm going to see what a checkbox can do. Okay, so input type of checkbox. So here you can see that type is nothing but checkbox, and its name and ID is, for now it is nothing, it's a blank string. So we should give some name or ID here. So we can give any name or any ID. So I'm just giving it check. Okay, so let's see how it works. So here you can see that I got a checkbox which I can click and unclick, and so I'm selecting this. So this is now checked and this is unchecked. So what you can do here is, if you want a checkbox to get clicked on loading of your page only. So if you see, like if I am reloading my page, it is unchecked, right? So for checking it or automatically, what you can do is you can pass a attribute here which is nothing but checked, and just control save, go back to your browser, and you can see that it is already checked on load only. So if I'm reloading this page, you can see that it is checked. unchecked, reload, checked. Yeah. So this is how checkbox works. And another break, then we can have another input, which is nothing but your color. Okay, so color is something which allows you to select a particular color from color palette. So what you will get there is you will get a color palette like this. Okay, so you can click on this, and from here you can select different values, and you can also give red, green, blue combination here. Okay, then you can also give hue, saturation, and other things right here only. Okay, so you can select any color here, so this will get selected. So this is how color palette works here. Then again break, then after this we have a date. Okay, so input of type date. So I'm just giving some, you can also give some random name and ID, so this is not going to affect anything, but just make sure that ID should be unique for all the elements you are selecting here. Okay, so now we are going to see how date works. So as you can see that we have got something as a input field as this. So here is nothing but month, dd is date, and year is in 4 digits. Okay, so here as you can see that you have got a calendar icon on which you can click, and a calendar will pop out. So here you can just select any of your date or year. Okay, so as you can see that you have different years here, you have different months, so I have chosen this one. So yep, and 23. Okay, so yeah, as you can see that it is showing which field or which particular date I chose from their calendar. Yep, so this is how date works. And another break, now we are going to see how date time local works. Okay, so date time local is nothing but a type, so dt local. Let's see how it works. So now we have date time, and you can see that along with your date you're also getting something for time here. So time is also there. So you can just click on this calendar icon again, you can select your date, and along with date you can also select time here. So time or whatever you can choose. So AM or PM is also you are getting here, and you are also getting a um, today option here. Okay, so when you click this you will get the today's date only. So yep, this is how it works, date time local. And now we are going to see how email works. Okay, so email is nothing but when you want to take input of email field. Okay, so let's say if you are at Facebook's login page also, if you are getting email option there. Okay, so just make sure that it also gives you some suggestions, like just make sure that it's a valid email ID or not, right? So that is how email works in HTML also. So you can see that I have got something, and as you can see that I am already getting some suggestions here, right? So this is how it works. So it also supports a attribute which is nothing but autocomplete. Okay, so autocomplete, if you set it as off and just save it, now you can see some changes. So yeah, so now you can see some changes, like I'm not getting any suggestion right now. Okay, so this auto completes is doing nothing but it is suggesting me some options that what can be your email ID options. Okay, so like this how I can do on also in autocomplete, and now I will be able to see all the options right there. Okay, so this is how email field works. And then we have file. Okay, so input file. So this type of input element is used to select a particular file from your system, and it will get selected there. Okay, so as you can see that we are getting a choose file button here, and it is written no file chosen. So what you can do is you can just click on this choose file, and you can just go here and select a file, open, and now as you can see that it is showing the name of that particular file. Okay, so that means that this particular file is now selected. Okay, so this is how file works. And then we have something called as hidden. Okay, so hidden type will be hidden to you. Okay, so it is not going to be visible. Okay, so as you can see that it is not visible, but it's there. Okay, so what we can do is we can just inspect it. Okay, so now we are at, okay, so here you can see that we can see that in our element section, okay, that a particular input field is there, but it is hidden right now. Okay, so it won't be visible to you. So this is how hidden works. And now we are going to see how image works. Okay, so input type image. Okay, so here it is asking me about a source of image and alt attribute. So alt is nothing but the alternative. Okay, so when you see that my file is not getting loaded, okay, and because obviously if you are serving a static file, then it can get loaded, but sometimes if it is not being served from any particular server, then obviously it won't be visible to you. Okay, so here in source, let's say if I have, see, so here I can see some suggestions here. So I can see any, let's say, yep, this file only. Okay, so now what I can do is I can just pass some alternative is like image not visible. Okay, control save, just go back. So let's see. So here you are able to see that alternative which we have given there, that image not visible. This is because we are now serving it, we are not serving this on any particular server. Okay, so this is a static HTML right now. So this is what disadvantage of static HTML. So that is why we prefer dynamic HTML there. Then we have something called as month. Okay, so now type of month. Okay, so here I'm passing a name, then in ID also I'm passing month. Just go back to your browser, and here you can see that I again got a input field, but this is something different. So what it is expecting, let's see. So now as you can see that I'm not getting any particular date or something, I'm just getting a year and months. Okay, so if I choose 2022 and Feb, so this is how I got my result. So February 2022. So this is how month type of input works. Then again break, then here input type of number. Okay, so num, then again ID should be num. Just go back to browser, and here you can see that I got two buttons, one for up and other for down. Okay, so this, when I click on up button, see, let's see, so you are getting one, then again, so this is nothing but I can increment using this button, and I can decrement using this button. Okay, so this is how it works. And also in number type, what you can get is you can get some attributes like min. So you can specify min attribute, and its value should be whatever range you want. Okay, so your number should not be minimum to should not be less than to that particular minimum number. Okay, so if I select here 5 in min, and in max also I can select something like 10. Just control save it and just go back, and here you can see that it is started now this time from 5 only. So from 5 it will go till 10 only. See, I'm clicking this incremental button, but it is not getting incremented. So this is how min and max attributes works in number type. And yeah, this is how it works. So now my next type will be password. Okay, so as you have already seen in Facebook or any other particular websites, that password should always be hidden, right? So if I'm writing a password, then it should not be visible to anyone. Okay, so let's see how it works. So as you can see that this is my password field, and if I write anything here, then I'm not able to see what is this, right? What things are written there. So this is how password field works, and it actually helps you in security things. Okay, so you will get dots there. So this is how password field works, and we will just give another break, and now we'll see how radio button works. Okay, so red, again red. Yeah, so now as you are getting password saving option also in browser, so that's a nice thing. So now the next field is nothing but a radio input field. So here you see that we are getting a radio button. Okay, so now this time you can see that it is checked, and if we reload it, it is unchecked. So what we can do, so same as your checkbox, you can also give here that particular checked or unchecked option or attributes. So now when we load this particular page, you will get this radio button automatically checked. So see, I'm reloading, it is automatically checked. Okay, so this is how it works. Okay, so now next type of input element which we are going to see is nothing but a range. Okay, so in range you will get a particular slider or range mover there, which you can like just select and drag. Okay, so let's see how it works. So this is how it works. So you can just drag this, click on it, and just you can drag it. Okay, so this is how range element works. Just give another break, and now what we can do is we can have a submit type. Okay, so submit is again going to be a button which is of submit type. So this submit input button will help us in creating some different types of forms. Okay, so this we are going to use in our form section. So I'll create one more video on registration forms. So let's see how it works. So this is how you will get a submit button here. Okay, so let's go to another input element. So this time it will be of text type. Okay, so by default all the input elements will be of text type, and you can give any name here, you can give any ID. Okay, so just go back, and here you can see you can write anything you want. Okay, so this is how it works, and you can also specify some attributes like min length or max length for specifying particular like length of your characters there. Okay, so minimum length should be, let's say, 3, and max length should be around 8. Okay, so it won't go above 8. So here we have something. Okay, 3, 4. So now I'm typing, but I'm not able to type here right now. See, so this is how min length and max length works. And again, break, then just input of type time. So now you will get a time scroller there, and let's see how this time scroller works. Now you can just go to browser. Here you got a clock icon. You can just select it, and here you have scroller. So you can just scroll and select any time, AM or PM. So AM. So here you can see that 10:42 AM. So this is how time input element works. Then break, then you can get input of type week. So I have left some type of input elements, as you can see, because those will not be seen here. So I will be using those elements in my form section, because there will be some validations there, so that you can see in a better way there. So name should be week, control save, go back to our browser. So here you can see a calendar icon, just click it, and you can see that you are able to see different weeks here, week numbers. So you can just go to September, and you are getting a week number 35, 36, or whatever. So just choose it. So now you can see that you are getting a week number 39 of 2021. So yep guys, this is how it works. And I have also given some attributes here, like let me just show you how these things works. So read only, so we are just going to see this on a text. So this is my input text, and if I specify it to be a read only, then we will not be able to do anything with this input field in browser. Okay, so this is my input field, and as you can see, I am clicking my buttons and I'm not able to write anything. Okay, so this is how read only works. Then we have required. Okay, so required is used for validation purpose, guys. So this particular attribute we will be using in our form registration form videos, so we'll use there only. And now we have placeholder. So let's see how placeholder works. So placeholder works on input element like text. So I can give a placeholder here, right? So I will have to pass some values like write your name. Just save it, go back to browser. As you can see that I'm getting a placeholder of write your name here, but I'm not able to write anything because it's read only file right now. So just remove this read only, save it again, go back. So now, so when I start writing anything, it will just vanish your placeholder. See, come back, write anything. Yep. So this is how placeholder works. And then we have a name attribute, which we have already covered. Then we have multiple. Okay, so as let me just show you that we had this choose file button here. So after clicking this, if I go here and if I try to select multiple files using control button, okay, so I'm not able to select multiple files right now. Okay, so this is because multiple attribute is by default not there in my field selection. So right now I have only one file selected here. So let's see how it works with multiple attribute. So this is my file input element. I can just write multiple here, go back to browser, choose files. So right here what I can do is I can select this one, then control. Okay, so now I hope you are able to see how it works. So I can select multiple files like this, open. So now you can see that 3 files are now selected. So this is how multiple attribute works. Then we have already covered min, max, min length, max length, and yep, disable. So let's see how disable works. So in this HTML, okay, in this text only, text type, we can just pass any random default value. Okay, so I'm just doing this to show you how disable works. Okay, and I'll just use disabled attribute here, and if I go here, and as you can see, okay, so here is my particular text input, and as you can see that I'm not able to click on it, or I'm not able to change its values. Okay, so this is now disabled. So this is how disable attribute works, and we have already seen checked attribute, autocomplete also we have covered, and now we'll see autofocus. So how autofocus works. So right now let me show you that if I reload my browser, then I'm not able to see, like obviously I will have to search for this particular input field, right? So let's see how autofocus works. So if I want to focus on this particular field while reloading my page, at that time autofocus comes in picture. So just go back. Oh, I think I will have to remove this disable. So yep, reloading. So as you can see that already my cursor is there at Kashinath input field, right? So I can just write anything there. Okay, so I can do anything. So this is how autofocus works. Then again we have accept and alt we have already covered in image section, and accept is also for file. Okay, so it actually specifies what kind of file you want to accept. So if I go here and let's say if I have written image slash all. Okay, so now I will be able to see all the image files only. Okay, so you can see that PNG, JPG files are there. Okay, so you won't be able to see some other files apart from this. So you are just restricting user to select only PNG or JPG files or any image files there. So this is how your accept attribute works. So this was it, guys, and I hope you have liked the video, and do subscribe my channel for getting notifications on time. And till then, bye bye, see you.